I know that you loved her so much, Dickie, and yeah, it's tough, right?
Well, I was kind of sort of part of the family thanks to you for a couple of years there, and as you know, I was very fond of her, and we were all feeling the pain yesterday, that's for sure, but no one more than you. I just got a magnificent note from Chloe. Have you had the chance to talk to her much?
Yeah, I've been in constant touch with her, you know. She's been, you know, lying in bed next to Liv, and it's just, you know, it's you can't put words to this experience. And Chloe has been amazing and really strong, and so in her heart. And I'm just really happy that Liv made it home to be able to depart. I hate saying leave with her daughter, you know, and her husband, and it was very touch and go that was going to happen. So I'm really glad it went that way.
Yeah, Chloe said the mama's making the sun shine, the dogs are barking, the horses are galloping around, and she's out of pain, and that's the solace in this, isn't it? That Olivia's at peace.
Oh, it is. It's been. I know the world didn't realise the struggle, and that's the way she decided for it to go. But you don't die, you know, just easily. And it was a lot of pain. And Liv had so much steel. I can't believe what she tolerated, and so much positivity. She's just extraordinary.
Yeah.
Anyway, I feel like I've got a candle that I took from Mum's place when we lost my mother, and I've got a candle in it for Liv. So, and I've got Grandma here. So I've got my little shrine happening, and I can feel her peace. I can feel it so strongly. So she's out of pain, which is a massive relief for all of us that loved her so much, her immediate family and her close friends that are family, you know.
Well, you're a very spiritual person, Tot, so you would be feeling that. And Olivia and Rona, the two sisters back together. Look, the outpouring of love right around the world has been incredible. I mean, she knew she was loved, that's for sure, but it's been quite extraordinary, hasn't it? And is.
It's next level. I mean, we all knew how popular she was, but not to this level. And I did get myself to turn on the telly and watch a bit, which was really hard. But I saw fans around the world just brokenhearted and just sobbing. And I realised she had such an impact on everyone. Oh, there's my dog. Who's right there? I don't know why he's up there. I mean, she's up there, but yeah, there's Liv. Liv was just such a shining light and such a positive human being. She taught me so much. She was more of a mother to me than my mother to my siblings as well. And, you know, they're doing it tough too, but they've been extraordinary. They came around last night and we watched the interview I did with Tracy last night together, and it was just beautiful having my family around, and we're all really feeling it, as I know, I mean, especially Chloe and John. Losing a partner, a soulmate, is really tough, and he's been incredible.
Yeah, that was a really moving chat with Tracy last night. You brought us all undone again when, with your beautiful words and your emotion. You FaceTimed Livy just before she passed away. Can you share some of that conversation with us, Tot? And, you know, how was she at the end there?
She was one-sided. You know, she was on her way out, and so it was me speaking to her, and I asked John if I could put the phone to her ear, but he FaceTimed, which was kind of bittersweet because it was very hard seeing her that way, but it was also a gift because her mouth moved, and so I think she was telling me that she could hear me.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it happened.
Yeah, you worked really hard with Olivia with the Cancer Wellness and Research Centre, journey, which I'm sure you'll continue to do. We hear you've also accepted the offer of a state funeral. Do we know anything about that yet?
No, I'm going to be talking with the Premier today, and my brother Brett and I will steer it, and we'll get everyone involved, John and of course Chloe, and we will make it absolutely beautiful for her. And Brett and I are actually heading out to the hospital today because they've been just amazing, and I've been on board before it was even a hole in the ground, so that place means an awful lot to me. And I know Olivia would want me to go out there because I I wouldn't be going if I didn't feel it was right. She's steering me 100%. She's telling me what to accept and what to do and what not to do. So.
Yeah. So is it a funeral or a memorial type? Will she be coming back to Australia to be laid to rest, or up on the ranch? Do you know stuff like that yet?
She'll be on the ranch. She'll be where she, with her horses and her dogs and her chickens and her daughter and her husband. So we'll be doing a state memorial. Yeah.
All right. Toddy, thank you so much for coming on.
Hi, guys. Hi, Ellie. Hi, Karl.
Hello. That was such a beautiful chat, Toddy, and a beautiful trip that you paid to Livy.
Do you know, Tots, I wanted to ask this at this memorial. I mean, how do you even sum up this life beyond? You must be thinking of some of the ways we can do that, because there is going to be an incredible turnout and farewell, isn't there?
Yeah, there will be. Do you know what? I've been quite overwhelmed and trying to juggle so many things. I haven't really put a lot of thought into it. But I'm picking Brett up, my brother, up today, and we'll have time to talk in the car on our way up to the hospital, and we'll bring the whole family into this. So there's nothing in concrete yet. We just need to try and deal with our feelings as well at the moment.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it'll be pretty.
It's
to put the Shantuzis back together.
She would love that.
The other thing is, I was going to say is because the world, and we were all day yesterday. We were talking to people all around the world, seeing all these responses, seeing all this reaction, the depth of feeling from people who didn't know her, and we were all very conscious of the depth of feeling that must be inside the family. And is there any difference? And what are the subtlety of differences there?
Well, I mean, I can only speak on my experience. When Warnie died, and I was a friend of Warnie's, I really felt it so deeply, but I couldn't imagine what the inner family were feeling, and I'm getting a taste of that now, Yeah. But it's I can't even put words to it. I haven't slept, and my brain is mush, so I hope I'm making some sort of sense. But I really feel for her fans. I remember when Lady Di died, and I was beside myself, and I'd never met her, but she was in our lounge rooms every day. She was in magazines, and you felt that you knew her, and I was really surprised with how overwhelmed I was when she died. So sorry about that ping. I just turn it off. But I can only imagine how the fans are feeling. I actually can imagine how they're feeling. It's a huge loss for everyone, and of course it's different when you're family, and it's different when. I've been talking to Liv's really close friends and Greg Caves, who had Guy with her, and everyone's brokenhearted. We're all brokenhearted, and I really empathise with her fans, because I have been in that position. So I really want to honour them as well, and I want to honour her friends, and I want to honour the family. So,
thank you for sharing her. Thank you for sharing her.
There's a lot on your plate, Tot. You look after yourself, huh?
She's a strong
I look
girl.
after everyone, hopefully. Liv looked after us. She, she's got her arms wrapped around all of us. I want to honour her.
Oh, all of our love.
Thanks, God.
Lots of love.
Thanks, Tot.
Go well. Beautiful lady.
She's a gorgeous lady.
Yeah.
Olivia really was a mother to Tot. She was that's so tight, such an incredible relationship.
Thank you, Dickie, and thank you to Tots. Well, also joining us now, one of Olivia's decades-long friends, actor Jane Seymour. Jane, thank you so much for being with us. It is lovely to see you. I wish that it was under better circumstances. How are you feeling?
Well, like Toddy said, I just been crying a lot. I had the privilege of knowing Olivia and having a really close relationship with her for about 40 years. We had children together. In fact, Toddy's mom, Rona, was my friend, and that's how I came to America. I was with her mom and Emerson, their son. And I remember when I first had a baby, and Olivia looked at me and said, "How do you do this acting thing and have a baby? How do you do this?" So anyway, we went through everything in life. We've had ups and downs, and there were so many things that we could talk about that we couldn't necessarily talk about with other people, things that we could share. And I miss her enormously, and I'm just so glad that I had a chance to see her in the not that long ago. Well, quite long, but February, I think, was the last time I saw her.
How was that for you?
Well, you know, it was the second time that I'd been there where I really felt that was goodbye. I really felt that she was not going to be there anymore. And I remember that she got out of bed. Somebody got her out, and so she could see me and my sisters. And she was just so loving and just so full of light, and just in horrible pain, taking all kinds of medications. And she just said, "Jane, look around. Isn't it beautiful here?" And I said, "Yes." She said, "Look at the hummingbirds, and look at the dogs, and the you know, the wind and the sun." And she was talking to my sisters about their lives and our children and our mutual friends who were going through cancer, and what could she do to help them? I mean, and she was so frail, and all she wanted to do was help other people. That's what I mean.
Oh.
And I imagine for you, Jane, that would have been incredibly tough. Like, we've watched Olivia in this battle that she's had with cancer, although she never called it a battle, over 30 years. And I think there's something within all of us who just felt that she was always going to win. So to see her in Feb and to see her knowing that that wasn't going to, how this was going to end, must have been incredibly tough.
Yes, I mean, I remember her calling me when she was on stage in Vegas and saying, "It's really bad back, and you've had back issues. You know, tell me, what can I do? You know, what would be the thing to do?" And then when she eventually told me that that was actually a cancer, and you know, a lot of people around me said she won't live very long, and she defied all odds. I mean, every time she defied all odds. When everyone thought it was done, I said, "Well, you don't know Olivia. Olivia will make it happen. She will grab more life," and she did. And I went to this magnificent hospital in Melbourne, and I've never forgotten. I FaceTimed her and I said, "Oh my gosh, you know what you did? You told me how great it was. It's incredible." And then I remember sometime later, she called me wherever I was in the world and said, "You never guess where I am." And I said, "Where?" She said, "I'm in the hospital, in my hospital." And I went, "Oh, that's great." And she said, "No, I'm here as a patient."
Oh.
But she said, "It is great because I really helped make something wonderful happen here. And now I can see for myself. I'm a recipient now of the care that they're giving." So I miss Olivia so much. I can't begin to tell you. I just keep thinking of all the different funny things that happened to us in our lives and our children growing up together. Chloe, her first music video was directed by my son, Sean, who were contemporaries. And Olivia and I were sort of behind the scenes. She was trying to make Chloe feel happy with her hair and makeup, and I was behind the scenes trying to help my son, you know, get his camera equipment together. And we looked at one another going, "Oh my God, these are the little babies we talked about having."
Hey, Jane, thank you for sharing. I just, you know, and looking at those positive moments and the happiness that you two shared. What was it, 40 years? And such really great moments. You had some terrible times that you had to share, obviously, as well, personally. But the uplifting thing here are these great moments that you had together. Are there any other little stories? I know that she travelled a long way sometimes to surprise you. Any other little stories that you can share?
It did. You see, of course, you know, I'm always on film and television, very rarely in live. And she actually came and found me and saw me doing the Vortex in Singapore, of all places. And oh my God, she was so goofy and funny afterwards. You know, I've got photographs and that. We were laughing a lot, and I couldn't believe she came, you know, to watch me do that. And I do remember one time I was trying to get my green card, and I'd got all my stuff together, and I was having my interview, and this woman said to me, "Well, clearly you deserve to have a green card." I said, "But you know, we don't see we don't know who all these so-called stars are, and I'm supposed to decide who's who, and I don't know because I don't watch television." I said, "Well, let me help you out while I'm here." And so they said, "Well, I'm processing," and looked the next one, this woman, Olivia Newton-John. I said, "America needs her. Get her in now." And then I called Olivia up. I said, "I think I just got your green card." She said, "I didn't take one. The lawyers for so long, and you go in there and get me a green card."
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
That's lovely, Jane.
Beautiful to hear you and talk to you this morning, Jane, and just hear some of those wonderful memories. She's
Yeah.
a special person.
Thank you so much for being with us. You share a similar beauty and a similar energy. We appreciate you being on. Thank you for being with us today.
Thanks,
Jane.
Lovely woman.